Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. I'm assuming that you checked out the title of this video before clicking on it. Picture this. You're working, your boss tells you, hey, you need a special license. It's a legal requirement. Go take care of it. So on your day off, you spend your own money and obviously your own time to go down to the one building in your city where you can fulfill this legal requirement in order to keep working. You get there. You've got your bladeless multi-tool on you. You've got maybe your Swiss Army knife on you. And the security officer, even though he's polite, lets you know, ooh, sorry, can't let you in. Why not? The multi-tool is street legal. The Swiss Army knife is street legal because the blade doesn't lock on it. There's no signs posted outside the building saying you can't come in with this, this, and this. You go inside and you're told, sorry. So these are your options. You can either let the security officer who's just doing his job confiscate your Swiss Army knife or your multi-tool or whatever it happens to be. Keep in mind it's perfectly street legal, and it's not as though we're talking about a firearm. No. So those are your options. Either have it confiscated, go in, do what you need to do in order to get that license so you can keep working, keep earning a paycheck. And your only other option is head on home, call it a wash, come back on a different day off, spend more money, and spend more of your free time taking care of this. Well, there's another option. You go outside, maybe there's a park nearby, maybe there's a square nearby with some bit of bushes, trees, that sort of thing. And again, we're not talking about a firearm. We're not talking about something really dangerous. So you take your multi-tool or you take your Swiss Army knife, you wrap it up in a camouflage bandana like this one. This is an EDC item of mine. It's a little bit bigger overall than your average bandana. This is 27 inches by 27 inches. And what you do is you unfold this a bit. You take your multi-tool or your Swiss Army knife or your whatever, you wrap it up, and then when no one's looking, you place it quite a bit deep underneath a bush or underneath some shrubs. Obviously, if all you've got is a tree, don't toss it next to the tree. That's going to be a bit obvious. But yeah, if there's a bit of shrubbery, if there's a bush, wrap it up, put it underneath, push it in a bit. And, well, there's a reason why they call it camouflage. So now you just go back into that building, do what you have to do, you come out, and there's a pretty good chance that your multi-tool, your Swiss Army knife, or your whatever is still there underneath that shrub out in public or underneath that bush. Take your stuff, head on home, call it a day. Now, this is not my idea. I did get it from someone else whose name I absolutely do not remember at all. If I knew his name, I'd mention his name, I'd give credit where it's due. The only thing that bothers me about the individual who came up with the idea is that, unfortunately, his idea was, well, if you end up using your handgun and you think the situation is a bit sketchy, you can wrap up your handgun in your camouflage bandana and you can hide that in the manner I just described. Okay, no, that is stupid. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Why is that stupid? Well, okay, you used your gun. There's cameras everywhere. The police may show up. They might not. They question you later. It's like, okay, so you're on camera shooting someone, and now all of a sudden you don't have a gun on you. Well, where's your handgun? Yeah, have fun explaining to the police officer that you took your handgun and you hid it. Well, why would you do that if it was a righteous shoot? Oops. Yeah, now you look guilty. You do, absolutely. Now you look guilty. Second thing, I mean, it's one thing to hide a multi-tool or a non-locking blade Swiss Army knife, and maybe you're on camera. I mean, okay, someone finds what you stashed, no big deal. It's a perfectly legal item to carry around in public, and you just stashed it. Stashing a legal carry item or EDC item is not illegal. It's perfectly legal what you hid and stashed. The stashing itself doesn't make it somehow illegal. You see what I'm saying? And again, cameras all over the place. If you're seen on camera, oh well, you know. And obviously a bigger issue, yeah, you're stashing your gun in the bushes and you're walking away from it. Some kid might find it. Yeah, you really want that happening? No, of course not. So this is a technique that maybe you'll use, most likely not. It's good having that option if you're walking into a place where their rules are stricter than the law. I mean, obviously, a non-locking Swiss Army knife, a multi-tool, I mean, at least in America, that's going to be perfectly legal in almost every single jurisdiction to carry. Now, all of a sudden, I mean, you're walking into a building that's not a post office, and they're like, oh, sorry, you can't come in with that. What do? Well, if your multi-tool is expensive, or you're carrying around an expensive Swiss Army knife version, you sure as hell don't want that confiscated. So that's an option. Take it, camouflage bandana, wrap it up, hide it underneath a bush or some shrubs which are out in public. Try to place it deep. Most people walking by, they're never going to see it. And it's a bandana. You can use it for whatever you would normally use a bandana for. This is just a handy little trick or technique. Do not use this trick or technique with a handgun. Don't do it. It's stupid. You're gonna get caught. The cops are gonna question you. Well, why did you hide your handgun after shooting the guy you claim tried to murder you and it was just self-defense? That's not what you do if it's self-defense. Plus, cameras all over the place. If a camera records you hiding a Swiss Army knife or a multi-tool, who gives a crap? Camera records you hiding a gun? Yeah. That's a whole different story. And once again, a kid might stumble onto it. Is that what you want? No. So please, use your freaking conscience. That's all I'm saying. But it's a handy technique for use with something that's perfectly street legal and not dangerous if found. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'll see you guys next time. Please continue to stay safe. Yeah, summertime, and according to the news, COVID cases are on the rise again, thanks to the Delta variation of COVID. So please continue to stay safe out there. I'll see you guys next time.